everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be doing another video in our how-to series. It's going to be a Zerg 18 pull into Roach Hydra. The first half of this video is going to be showing you the build in an ideal situation versus easy AI, where we can just learn the build without any interruptions. The second half of the video will be done versus a real player on the ladder, where you guys can see the little nuances of that unknown variable with an opponent harassing you, trying to throw a kink in your chain, get you off guard. If you like the video, I hope you follow, like, and subscribe down below. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, hello everyone. Today we're going to showcase the ideal version of an 18 hatch into Roach Hydra. Currently we're playing versus easy AI, just so we could show off the build without any trouble. Going to start drone overlord drone, very standard. We're going to get to this 16 supply, and this is where we begin to do things. This 17th supply worker is going to move to our expansion. Our 18th supply worker is going to move to our gas geyser. We're going to rebuild our 18th worker, send it to the location we want to have the spawning pool, and continue the build from here. Once we start the spawning pool, we're going to build one overlord. We'll put our workers onto the gas, and then we will build 3 more workers, bringing us back to a 16 worker economy. This is the basis of our build. Once the spawning pool is done, we will build 2 queens and 4 zerglings. So we start the zerglings, the queen at this base. We'll start zergling speed as well. The queen at this hatchery, and now we continue into drones. These 4 zerglings will serve as a scout and early defense against a reaper, a depths, enemy zerglings, anything that might come your way to bother you. We're going to get another overlord once the queen spawns. Inject with both of our hatcheries and get a 3rd queen. This 3rd queen will be used to spread creep. Our scouting zergling saw a reaper and a marine. But again, it's versus AI, so we're not too worried about that. As we approach the 200 gas mark, we're going to throw down an evolution chamber and start our lair. We will now also build a 2nd gas and replace that worker, and get 2 more overlords to avoid any supply blocks. Start +1 attack. Put 3 workers onto this base. We finish our economy at 16. Then we're going to build 2 extra that will now become the gases. We'll come up and build the Roach Warren as well. And during this entire time, if we're in a position where we're in danger, the opponent is attacking us, we have the option to build Zerglings instead. But in this ideal situation, this is what it will look like. Zero risk. Once the lair is done, we build the Hydra Den. We continue to inject our hatcheries. We will build a few more overlords. I'm going to build 4 here. Our army composition is going to be Roach Hydra, so we're going to get Roach Speed and begin making some roaches. The Hydra Den is done. We're going to get the Hydra Speed as well. And once we have 16 roaches, we're going to use our excess money to build a 3rd base. And then start making Hydra. So that's 16 roaches. We'll come and build a 3rd base. And now we start making some Hydra. We can see here I'm supply blocked. The block will break once this drone's done. Ideally, you will build some overlords before actually sending those over. Little mistake on my part. But it's nothing too severe. Roach and Hydra Speed are about to finish at the same time. We'll start the Hydra range. We're going to work up to 10 Hydra. And then continue back into roaches. Building overlords as necessary. If you get blocked, such as this, we just build overlords more or less until we're out of money. Our goal here is to avoid future blocks. And now we are ready to attack. 10 Hydra, 16 roaches, more roaches in production. And we can move across the map while securing our 3rd. And this is how you do the 18 hatch into Roach Hydra. Continuing to build roaches here. We'll rebuild Hydra as necessary. If the opponent has heavy air, we might need to build more Hydra. If we lose our Hydra for some reason, we'll want to at least replace them. But 10 Hydra typically provide the DPS necessary. And roaches provide the health and the support needed to keep the Hydra doing the damage. Now the AI will GG out here and will accept their surrender. And this was how you do the 18 hatchery into Roach Hydra. Alright, so as we just saw with that half of the video, that is doing the build in an ideal situation. Just practicing, trying to learn it. Great option going into an AI match, doing the build, getting some repetition, and trying to make sure that it becomes more muscle memory. The next part of this video is going to show you in-game versus another player and how that muscle memory can be useful. Enjoy. Alright, so this part of the video, I'm not going to go over the build yet again. We're just going to talk about little differences as we are live on ladder facing a master opponent playing Protoss. This will be a little bit more of a cast with some insight. We're continuing the build. Very standard opening. Now, I don't typically scout. That's one of my weaknesses, per se. I get a little bit lazy with that, rely on reading my opponent's build as opposed to physically seeing exactly what they're up to. But immediately the probe comes in, starts to mine my minerals, harasses just a little bit, and just kind of hangs around and scouts. Right here, we're not super focused on what our opponent's doing. We're just worried about doing the build correctly, getting the workers on the gas, getting my upgrades as necessary, and trying to avoid any supply blocks and things like that. Now here we get the 4 Zerglings. These 4 Zerglings are, like we said previously, a scout, kind of push away enemy units, defend us, things like that. Upgrades are started, everything's looking good so far. Now, we don't hit necessarily perfect timings in this game. We get the evolution chamber arguably a little bit early. Technically, it doesn't hurt us too much, but it does take away one of our earlier drones that we used to get the resources to build the Roach Warren, build the evolution chamber. All of our gas is a little bit later. Not too big of a deal. Here we're using the queen to deal with the shaded adept. I also get a little distracted. We do get our spore crawlers down at a good time though. This is very nice for us. This protects us against oracles. But as we can see here, I'm not really mining my gas yet, even though I could be. I do finally pull some workers onto it. Our drone count's a little bit low. Got a little distracted by the adept. Roach Horn's coming down a bit late. It's actually extremely late, considering we wanted to have it done by the time the lair was finished so that we could start speed immediately. And this is why I wanted to do the live in-game on ladder version of the build, so you guys can see that it's not always going to go exactly how it's planned to go. All versus AI, it was easy to have the Roach Warren done, start the Hydra Den, do everything like that. In this game, we have that opponent to deal with. We have those distractions to deal with. And despite that, we can still accomplish our goals and do the necessary build. Once again, the hydra upgrade's coming very late. The roach speed is very late. Now here I build an overseer because I'm facing a Protoss. I know that Dark Templar could be an issue. Here he comes to attack us. Even though we haven't scouted, we have an army prepared. There are Dark Templar. I kind of guessed correctly here. I'm able to push this back. And we take no real damage. Once again, I'm supply blocked. I've missed injects. I've made little mistakes that I didn't really want to make. But with an opponent trying to kill you in your face, distracting you with units, it can be very difficult to accomplish the build perfectly. So now, despite our attack being slightly late, we are nearly prepared to move out. I'm prepared to take my third base as well. +2 was also late. It should have started immediately upon +1 finishing. And again, it's one of those situations where with somebody attacking you and harassing you, you can't always be perfect. Despite that, we come in with our Roach Hydra army. Some of my Hydra are in the back, not even there yet. But we hit at the perfect time. In fact, I don't even think we have all 10 Hydra yet. Despite that, we clear the base. Our opponent does not want to continue on with this game, and he will GG out very quickly here. There you have it, the 18 hatch into a 2 base Roach Hydra. Be sure to hit the like, follow, and subscribe. Also, if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below, or come ask me in my live stream over on twitch.tv/Angelus_NA. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you next time.